Hi, I'm Melissa Chandler, and welcome to After the Unthinkable, a podcast where I share what it's like to survive the things you think you can't survive and how to move forward one step at a time. So today's episode is part of my Fight for Change series. And today I want to speak directly to the people who work inside the justice system. I'm talking about prosecutors, defense attorneys, judges, advocates, law enforcement, and anyone who makes decisions that affect families like mine. There is one thing that I really need you to understand. Real people get really hurt because of your decisions. I understand that that is a huge responsibility, but it is your responsibility. And I understand that from inside the system, a case is a case. There are hundreds of them. There are deadlines and caseloads and procedures and rules. There is a defendant with rights. There is evidence to manage. There are scheduling conflicts and continuances and motions and calendars. And I know you are busy. I know you are overworked and underfunded. And I do know that you're doing your best inside a system that is straining at every seam. I know. And I know that when a continuance is granted or a hearing is rescheduled or a family does not get told what is happening, it's usually not malicious. It's just the machinery of a system that is grinding forward. And I do understand all of that. But I need you to understand something too. When you grant that continuance, a family gets the news, and that family has been preparing emotionally for months. They have taken time off work. They have arranged childcare. They have braced themselves to sit in a room with the person accused of killing someone they love. They have geared themselves up for the hardest days of their lives. And then it's gone, postponed again. And they have to unbrace and rebuild and explain it to their family members and their friends and their boss who they already requested time off for. And then they have to wait. And then they do it all again the next time. And like in our case, the next time and the next time and the next time. And also when a family is not told what is happening with the case, they do not just feel uninformed. They feel invisible, forgotten. Like the person they lost has been, or the people they lost have been reduced to a file number in a system that doesn't even see them as human anymore. And when a family is given vague guidance about what they can and can't say, they don't just feel confused. They go silent for years. They put their own healing on hold because they're terrified of doing something wrong. And what I would like people in these positions to understand is that I understand that these are procedures, but every procedural decision has a human cost. And most of the time, nobody in the system is really measuring that cost. I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm not asking you to fix a bigger than any one person. I'm asking you to remember in the moment you make a decision that there is a family on the other end of it. Mothers, daughters, siblings, children who are growing up inside this waiting. I am asking you to pick up the phone and tell them what's happening. I am asking you to explain the process instead of assuming they already understand it. I am asking you to consider when a delay is requested, what that delay actually costs the people who have already lost so much. That's all. Just remember that we're there. Just remember that we're real, because we are. And real people get really, really hurt. So here is something that needs to change today. Every court that handles violent crime cases should be required to consider and document the impact on the victim's family before granting significant delays, not as a formality, as a genuine factor in the decision. Right now, the family suffering is completely absent from that calculation. Yes, it gets mentioned from time to time in a very vague way, but it's basically absent from the calculation. Making it visible, making it part of the record, I think would change how these decisions get made. And it would tell families that someone in that room actually sees them, actually cares, just a tiny, tiny bit. To everyone working inside the system who is trying to do this right, thank you so much. I know you exist. I know many of you care deeply. And to the families waiting right now who are feeling invisible, I see you. You are real. And what is happening to you matters. So, as always, thank you so much for listening to After the Unthinkable. I will be back soon with another episode. But until then, keep going. You are stronger than you think.